weeks.
It's only 8 weeks.
Guys, real quick, we just finished WandaVision episode 9, the series finale. And look, it is a bit of a letdown to some degree, but I think that when you look at like the longer projected storyline, it fully developed Wanda's character. Now she's completely the Scarlet Witch. She has a Darkhold. She's going to be stronger than we've ever seen her before. However, we did not get any type of multiverse connection whatsoever. Evan Peters was not Quicksilver.
Evan Peters is a nobody.
Spoiler alert. We are going to fucking spoil this episode because we just saw it. We got to talk about it, guys. So there is no Evan Peters Quicksilver. He is, was it Boner? He's Boner.
Freaking all.
Yeah, we all got it.
Ralph Bonner.
We all got bonered.
We all got bonered. I mean, look, everyone's fuck you, Marvel. F the show. Marvel's The Notebook.
This makes me want to watch the Justice League more.
No, he would not. Kiki, he would not do this to us. He would not. Fuck. Okay, thoughts, reactions, Matt. Anything?
The fight sucked. I hated the fight, man. It wasn't interesting. Nothing cool happened. I mean, Ralph was a nobody. Cool. Terrible. It was fucking horrible. And then no multiverse. Evan Peters is nobody. Vision went off to God knows where. And I mean, I don't know. It's just, I mean, even though there was speculations, I mean, I'm not too into that crap. This is still kind of a letdown. This was
it is. And I agree with Jack. Elizabeth Olsen is so hot. That was the best part of the show, is that she was so hot.
Her costume, her hair looked amazing.
I mean, Rasha said something really interesting. Just kind of up in the chat, she said that she was in the astral plane, so she was astral projecting herself to read at the same time as she was as her physical body. I mean, as her physical body was doing something else, and we know that Doctor Strange could only astral project when he's like not using his physical body, like either it's asleep or it's like, falling in midair or something like that.
Yeah, well, they also they mentioned it in passing that she's more powerful than the Sorcerer Supreme could ever imagine.
Which I understand she has the more raw power, but like, I mean, like Sorcerer Supreme, Doctor Strange went against Infinity Stones, Thanos, has the knowledge to nullify the power of the stones. I think Doctor Strange could still take her. But
unlike intellect, yes,
no.
But I don't know if it's a fair fight as of right now. She's not even close to where she could be.
Yeah, she knows nothing.
You know nothing, Johns. I can't even do it.
I mean, like, she must have like a photographic memory to memorize each one of those runes to put on each side of the hex, and like she learned all that stuff just from a short lesson.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Didn't even go into detail. So.
I'm gonna be honest. Like that like syndrome did happen to me, where you build it up so hard in your head that like nothing could compare. So even this is the first Disney Plus show we've ever gotten, right, for Marvel at least, and it didn't get all crazy, and it was definitely like an intro show where it like kind of tested the waters, it experimented a little bit. It gave a compelling story, but we built it up so hard in our heads that there was nothing ever was going to do right by us, But
I mean, we were coming off the heels of The Mandalorian, which like rocked the internet, had such an amazing finale that we thought, okay, so they're going to follow it up with another,
But that was season 2, last episode.
I know, but I mean, but here's the thing though, is that this show had so much potential to do the same thing.
It did.
But they didn't do it. Instead, in actuality, it was a character development, story development show. And that's what it was. It further developed the story of Wanda Maximoff. We know more about her past than we did before. She's stronger than she's ever been before. And now we know that Vision still exists. He's out in the world. Where did he go? Why did he just take off?
Everyone's going to be quick to dismiss mutants, but this show did point something out in the sense that Wanda had her powers, and before because it pretty much rewrote the what we thought we knew about Wanda, in the sense that she had her powers beforehand. What Loki's scepter did was it unleashed it terraformed her mind or transformed and unlocked something. So that mutant gene, it could be dormant in so many people, just waiting to be active. So I think it did plant the seeds for the future.
I mean, at least with what I thought, because the people that were in the hex, like could technically like been transformed by the barrier, but between it, I thought that pulse was gonna go like worldwide or something like that. So there's a potentiality for almost anybody to be a mutant, right. but like. I don't think they're gonna be like, oh yeah, the mutants. They're all residents of Westview, New Jersey.
Yeah, those they're all those 300 people are the mutants. That's it.
So look, I think they've I don't know. I mean, I guess they've established now that there is going to be no connection to the Fox universe. That's not going to happen. No, because I mean, look, we saw Evan Peters being just a nobody in this universe. I guess you could say.
Right. I just don't know if it's that simple.
It's still too early to say that, man.
But why would they use his likeness?
Exactly. That's
I think
it was a troll. The whole thing was a troll.
I know
fucking Marvel trolled us.
Like I said, I think we're all looking way too much into this. Like
I can't believe it though.
Almost from the get-go. Like I mean, everybody. Like I mean, all the shows that were doing the speculation driving and stuff, and all I kept thinking about was The Last Jedi.
Literally. Reed Richards trended for the first time in history on Twitter because of this show. And what we do in our minds is we built something up, and everyone was like, "Yep, fucking Reed Richards confirmed." That's the problem with that word, confirmed, right? Everyone can use it; it's not illegal to use. So everyone's throwing that shit around, and we get what we got.
Just finished WandaVision. I know, Mike G, we did the same thing. A lot of us are a little disappointed. I mean, looking at it from a positive standpoint, look, like I've been saying, it further developed Wanda. Now she's a very powerful character in the MCU, so that has been established at this point. It didn't do anything, had nothing to do with the multiverse whatsoever. That was a self-contained
story. Literally a self-contained universe.
It was literally a self-contained universe. I mean, didn't choose, Agatha Harkness. So, I mean, I know that in the comics, she was like the nanny for those boys as they were growing up. So I think they're definitely going to kind of bring her back in later on.
Yeah.
But at this point, I mean, that's not really something that I'm looking forward to. Like, I can't wait till that happens. No, I mean, it's like, hey we'll see how the story develops. But
I have a twisted. All right, so why include that last shot if it's not? If I think that's gonna what's ties into Doctor Strange too, because someone was trapped. Was it the kids that were trapped inside her that I heard yelling? So I'm pretty sure that she's gonna be the villain, or at least like what goes wrong in Doctor Strange 2.
Yeah, like
she's looking pretty fucking sinister to me.
Yeah, well, what I'm guessing is that unknowingly she has some kind of connection to the Darkhold.
Yeah,
and that in the process of conceiving her children, she was just drawing from there. So she just like drew some souls. Now people say fragments of the soul of Mephisto. Who knows anymore? Marvel doesn't give a shit. So.
They take what they want and use what they want.
Yeah,
right? It's they don't use it as a Bible. They use it as a template.
Yeah, so, more like a guidepost. But for the most part, they make it up themselves. And loosely connected to comic
and like I'm thinking about it, and like J Money in the chat was saying like how the ending of season 2 of The Mandalorian was amazing, and season 2, so you already had that build up, and that's when you get the Luke Skywalker.
It just gave us like blue balls. I mean, this was just like
but in the first, but even in the first season in the season finale, then we saw the Darksaber. All right, and we got hints to different things like Moff Gideon's connection to the previously
right. But at the same time, though, they're still establishing that universe and that world.
I felt better about that.
What I mean? Exactly. But this is existing in an already established world in the MCU. So our whole thing was that we thought that it was going to expand out, but we know that. I mean, look, now this makes you wonder. When it comes to Spider-Man 3, I mean, I thought this was going to do something in terms of opening up a multiverse. It didn't. So
just like we thought Spider-Man Homecoming would.
Oh shit! It did say the series finale.
From home.
Yeah, it's a series finale.
Yeah.
Damn it!
So I was right about that at least.
Yeah, it's funny how they say series finale, not episode, like not
season finale.
Which it's only going to be the one series.
But I thought they were going to at least leave the door open for potential. Like if they ever wanted to come back to it, they could.
So this then leads into Falcon and the Winter Soldier because that's the next series that's coming up. And now we know
it's not going to be connected.
Well, it's not going to be connected. Basically, this is just a character development story. And that's really all it was. It just further told the story of Wanda and Vision. Vision is back, and we know that now, and Vision took off. But now that here's what I don't understand is that he, brought back all of his memories that he had when he was alive.
Up until he died, yeah.
Up until he died. So you would think he'd be like, oh my gosh, where's Wanda? Hey, Wanda, I'm here. I know I look different, but it's me again. Instead, he just bolted. Unless he's going to he went to go do something that's going to affect what's going to happen either in Falcon and Winter Soldier or in Loki. I don't know. He went to go do something.
There's nothing that I think there's nothing else that, would drive him more than Wanda. That's the last thing imprinted on his mind. He said, "I only feel you" when he was dying. He said, "I love you" when he was dying. He was only thinking about her.
And we know that
all the kids and thought child support, and then just like,
yes. But I mean, we know Nick Fury wants to talk to Monica Rambeau, so she's going to go up in space. But we kind of predict. I mean, that was kind of. Everyone kind of foresaw that because at the end of Spider-Man Far From Home, we saw that he was up in space anyway. So now they want to bring her up there, and maybe she'll be the new Captain Marvel.
Yeah, I don't know. It leads right into Captain Marvel.
And it's going to lead right into it. And then they're going to have
Secret
a clash.
Invasion is coming on Disney Plus, so I think they are going to start setting that up a little bit more.
Yeah, I think that's definitely where we're heading is to Secret Invasion. I think that there's been rumors about a big setup for Secret Wars. I think it's still. I still think that's a possibility, but
given this, I wouldn't get your hopes up because everybody was like, "Oh, this is House Sam. This is House Sam." It's like,
well, it definitely had a lot of House of M
elements.
Yeah, it definitely did. But I am happy that she has her full on Scarlet Witch look now instead of just wearing like a red leather jacket and some jeans. Yeah. She has the crown, and I like that whole look. Okay, so I'm looking at this from the positives. Okay, I actually like what they did with her character. Now, if you separate her character development from what's happening in all of our expectations, I thought that was done very well. Yeah. We know where she's at now. We know how strong she is. We know she's getting stronger, and that she's trying to figure out how to free her children, who are essentially locked in her mind, or it was in the Darkhold.
It's in her head.
It's in her head. So she's trying to figure out how do I get them out and reanimate them. So that's definitely going to be something interesting on how she does that. And will it relate to Doctor Strange? I don't know. There's been talk that Wanda is going to be the villain in Doctor Strange, but I don't see how that's really going to be possible. But
I mean, my bit they were slinging a ton of spells, creating a magic storm, and they had this hex up for about 2 weeks now or something like that.
Yeah.
So Doctor Strange had to get a whiff of it.
That's what aggravates me so much in superhero solos when there's a connected universe. Is like for instance, I was saying it the other day. Is like, all right, so we got Hydra that is really SHIELD, but it's always been Hydra, and the political system is falling apart. And only Captain America and Black Widow are there. Tony's literally right, that's your boy. And that's the problem is Doctor Strange really should have been there. He guards the world. He told us that he guards the world from threats that are beyond certain realms, and that's his job.
Maybe he wasn't there. Maybe he was somewhere else where he wasn't in tune with that, and we won't know. We won't know until
the sanctums were understaffed.
Yeah, they were understaffed.
He's mopping the floor.
Yeah. He's like, dude,
he had to go get Wong lunch again.
Yeah, exactly. Get him a
tuna melt. Yeah,
we need to look at this for what it is. It's an origin story for Wanda. Or the Scarlet Witch.
It's a origin for Vision.
You know, and yeah,
Roosevelt's right. I mean, the show is all about Wanda grieving and how she processes all this. And look, I don't mean to cut you off, Brian. So I'll leave in just a second. But I think that, look, the fact that they were kind of channeling House of M so much, it at least led me to believe that it was going to lead to such a bigger story in terms of a multiverse and altering reality, which she did, but it was just within the hex. So.
It's just like Legends books for Star Wars, man.
Yeah,
we had all those stories that took place after Return of the Jedi that we all thought were going to be made into movies, and when they did make them exactly or at all, it kind of split the fandom. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I've been working on an essay of this because, like, last week I started getting scared because I was like, "Oh, I remember this. We've been down this road before." Like,
Yeah.
where it's like right before it comes out, you got to temper your expectations.
Yeah, Layla said something. Yeah, did they not learn from Iron Man 3? People raged at the Mandarin.
Oh, they ruined him.
Now they rehired J.J. Abrams to do.
And you know what they could have? You know what they could have done? They could have and I'm pretty sure the deal with Fox went through, and they had all of like COVID and like stuff to like just tweak that last scene with Evan Peters. Just a little bit. Just literally just be like, okay, don't show that he's like...
Leave it open.
Yeah, leave it open. Don't show that he's like a mental asylum patient or whatever with his picture and his name on the bottom or something.
Yeah.
And then he could just, Monica could just rip off the mind control thing and he could just be like, where am I? I don't know this place.
Yeah.
And that
would have honestly turned the episode from a 3 to a 7 or something,
Yeah, at least leave that door open, but they didn't do that. They shut that door and they say, hey, guess what? He's a
boner.
He's a boner. That's all he is. He's just a big boner.
Throw in a joke. Seal it up.
But see, this is my point, is that they called him fucking boner because they were literally laughing in our faces saying, hey, guess what? When you saw him, we gave you a big ass boner, didn't we? Guess what?
Just like Ryan Johnson with a post-it saying your Snoke theory sucks.
I mean, but
Jonathan Robinet, thank you so much for being a new subscriber to the channel. If you want to subscribe, hit that subscribe button, you guys.
They have caption like the English audio description. It said it's Evan Peters, specifically the Quicksilver from the Fox X-Men film.
Because
they say this.
They wanted the casual fan
Marvel Studios
to make that connection.
Their viewers
got
their workers. They're gonna be like, hey, please, when you do your audio description for episode 6, can you please just say that?
Yeah, right.
Exactly. Okay, guys. Let's welcome one more person real quick, you guys.
Okay.
And hopefully he can make sense of all of this. Because right now we're at a loss for words.
It's definitely Matt Jarbo.
Let's welcome Matt Jarbo. What's going on, Matt?
Hey, it is me. All right. Fucking bow. No, I'm kidding. I just got done watching the episode.
I think Falcon and the Winter Soldier is gonna rock our socks, though. I'm
not going to get too excited.
Putting the expectation up here already.
Well, I think it's going to have a lot more action. It's going to be a much more action-packed, show. It's going to be totally different. And yeah, here comes the Jarbo cameo. Jarbo. So Matt, what did you think of the finale of WandaVision? Obviously, look, they. I thought giving him a last name Boner was kind of a slap in the face. Like, yeah, guess what? You guys had a big boner.
They pulled a Jarbo.
Yeah, they pulled
they did.
Dick
they
jokes.
Probably did.
Dick jokes. They did pull a fucking Jarbo.
I can see Jarbo being a writer being like, hey, guess what, guys? You know what?
Who wants to add a boner?
Yeah, let's call him Boner. Yeah. So what'd you think, Matt? What'd you think?
You know what? I liked it, but it was a bit underwhelming. At least for my first viewing. I'm going to watch it again in the morning. So I liked the way they ended it. I really enjoyed kind of like how it came to a close. It was very bittersweet, because you really want to see it continue. I really like it. So, but I mean, I was not expecting necessarily a lot of it. Yeah, it's spelled Bonner. That was a little bit weird because they kind of fucked with us a little bit on that one, right?
What's the Jarbo?
That's a good question. Even I'm trying to figure that out, and I'm 39 years old almost, so I get it. It's a fucking question for the ages. What is 5 letters? It sounds like a fucking terrible thing. Jarbo. No, like the thing with Pietro was I thought was great was like he had the power still. So I'm like, oh my god, is it really him? And then it's like, no, he's an actor.
He's an actor. Yeah, he's nobody.
Yeah, it was just that necklace or whatever.
Yeah, but I mean, the thing is like I'm glad that Agatha was the main villain and it wasn't like Mephisto. Although I have a feeling that's going to play into Doctor Strange too. Because you guys saw through the end credits, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Like, because there's two scenes. I just want to make sure.
There's two scenes. And we saw the second one in the cabin.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey, really quick to interject. Did you see that this is like switch gears completely, but did you see the Rap wrote an article about Zack Snyder and spelled his name wrong?
Yeah, they tagged Zack with a Z-A-C-H.
Dead.
Come on, dude.
Wake the fuck up.
Fucking the Rap, dude.
I'm sorry.
The sad thing about that is those people are going to end up getting like
press screeners.
They're going to get press screeners. Yeah, they're going to get invited to the fucking.
Of course, they already got it. You know.
Right?
Oh, I'm
that's
sure
what Zack does. He's like, "Hey, Grace, want a press screener? Hey, Rap, let's go." Because he's a smart guy. He knows what's going to fucking get it to the general audiences.
Okay, Garagod says the end credit scene is where Wanda is reading the book. Like Doctor Strange did, maybe a part of Doctor Strange 2, possibly. I think there's definitely going to be a connection there. But Doctor Strange 2, is it going to happen until what? The end of next year, maybe? Is that what's going to come out?
It's like mid next year, as far as I know.
Oh, but what I'm saying is that like they haven't even started shooting the movie yet.
And it ends the phase.
Yeah, they are. They're shooting it right now.
Oh, they are. Okay, that's good.
They've been in production for a while, actually. So,
okay, so we're gonna move on now.
And they changed it because originally it was supposed to come out earlier, and they changed it so it would end the phase. I'm pretty sure because it was originally slated a couple movies next to Thor or before Thor, and now it's after Thor.
For Thor.
I know I can't say that.
Well, it's so weird to think how like WandaVision, which was not supposed to kick off. Yeah.
Because Spider-Man's coming out at the end of the year, and then this will come out after Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And the phases are like 3-4 years, so it's not like it's going to be.
Come on, man. Set him straight, Jarbo. Set him straight.
I'm trying. He keeps fucking talking. No, the thing is what was I going to say? Now I just fucking. Oh no, they've been shooting Doctor Strange 2 now for.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care. Let me tell you, we don't care.
Jesus Christ. I'm so going to spoil the Snyder Cut for you.
No,
I'm just going to find everything I can and
You're
just send it to you.
I just read all the storyboards. So yeah, so did we.
No, I'm going to find out. No, I'm kidding. No, they've been doing it for a while, so it's going to come out next year. They finally confirmed Sam Raimi's directing it. Mm-hmm. And there's even what I love though about towards the end of the episode is they actually had a Raimi-esque shot. They had a couple Raimi references. Did you guys catch that? So on the movie theater, the marquee, it said Oz the Great and Powerful, Sam Raimi movie for Disney. And then as the hex was closing and going into the house, the way the camera movement was, that first person view of the hex closing, that was very reminiscent to Evil Dead and the demon or the darkness or whatever coming towards the cabin. It just wasn't the same kind of like horror styling, but it was very similar.
I was thinking about that. I'm like, walls don't move that way.
Yeah. I was all like, wait a minute. That's that kind of feels like that's very Raimi-esque. I'm very happy with that.
My mouse isn't working today. It's pissing me off.
So Lauren says, y'all, thoughts on White Vision? Where'd that man go? Okay, so Matt, where did White Vision go?
Not to Harlem.
Not to
ducking child support. That's all I'm saying.
No, he's White Vision. He's White Vision, Matt. I mean,
I said not.
Sorry. Get it? The joke. I'm sorry. I'll go on now.
White Vision's not child support.
He's not ducking child support.
Yeah, he's like, I'm out. I'm out.
They killed. He effectively they killed the kids. So he doesn't got no child support.
I'm gonna phase out of here.
But yeah, where did he go? Like there was literally no follow up on that one. So
boom.
He went somewhere, and obviously it's going to connect to something else. I would imagine the way the MCU works.
It makes no sense.
But what if you had just woken up, basically, like you got your life fucking blasted back into your head? I'm assuming you need a minute to compose yourself. Like He probably just went somewhere to like recoup and like, just chill out, figure himself out again. As we saw when he first wakes up in Age of Ultron, obviously he was just born, but he kind of freaks out a little bit, and it takes him a couple minutes to like, all right, let me grab Thor's hammer.
Go back to the farm, dude.
Yeah, so I think he had to.
But like we kind of saw that like the construct vision and white vision were kind of like one and the same, since they were like mirroring each other. Yeah. You know what I mean? So they were kind of like on the same wavelength. So I think he was.
Sorry, they're effectively bringing back Vision. You know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
Yeah. And they're going to bring back the boys, and it's like, okay.
Well, yeah. I mean, according to LKC edits, he says that the kids are in Doctor Strange too.
They were casted already.
That's what he's saying.
In the casting list.
Matt, do you have any knowledge on that?
I mean, like, I haven't heard.
I didn't know that either. So.
Like, they're not going to release the IMDb just yet of Doctor Strange 2, you know.
I mean,
do you think
interesting?
Isn't like Lucas coming back to Andor?
Sorry. Do you think he'll go back to colored vision, or do you think he'll stay white?
Colored vision. What the?
You know what I'm talking like green.
You can't say that. We're on YouTube.
You know what I'm not being like that. Like colored, like green.
But you kind of said that, like you specifically said, you might as well just go. Are they going to make him a person of color again?
No,
like, at least be politically correct. At least be politically correct.
No. Do you think he'll because like regular Vision changed himself into a human to suit his needs, right, or to blend in? Do you think he'll go from being plain white to his original colors? Is that better?
One day he could be mayor.
Is that better?
Yeah. Mayor. I like the sound of that.
Suddenly, Westview becomes Hill Valley.
What about the kids yelling for help?
He's going to be a West Coast Avenger, dude.
No, he's going to be a West Coast Avenger. No, I think they were all in her mind, and she's trying to find a way to manifest them outside of her mind, and that's why she's learning how to do more and more spells.
What I want to know is like where she got the Darkhold from. Like did she just?
It was just floating around.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
there it is in the
way out. Yeah. I mean, pick this up. I'm out of here. Sorry, I held you all hostage, against your will, but we're good. Okay, I'm gonna go. You know what I mean? They're just like, okay.
Your kids were just locked in the rooms for like 2 weeks.
I was like crying
for Halloween.
Weeks on end.
Did you see her walking away? I thought she was literally just gonna be like, all right, yeah.
Well, she left her car. That was the thing. She's like, because she drove up in that red car, and then she just like walks away, and I'm like,
maybe it was a rental.
Maybe the shot pans out, and it's like, there's her car. And she just leaves it, and then I'm like, oh, then she flies. I'm like, okay,
she has no use for it anymore.
Yeah. Now that she knows she can fly, I guess. Like,
this is the biggest question.
Where she's going, she doesn't need wheels.
Yeah, where we're going, we don't need roads.
Or roads, yeah.
By the way, where she went, beautiful. The hill shot that they did was gorgeous.
It was very beautiful. Very.
I didn't think Elizabeth Olsen could get hotter, and then she was in that Scarlet Witch costume, and I was like, God damn.
Okay, so Cheryl Standard is saying that Deadpool is confirmed for Doctor Strange 2.
There's a lot of things confirmed.
I'm not.
I haven't heard that one yet.
You know what is interesting?
That's not true.
The official Twitter, the Twitter bank, the Twitter office account, whatever it was, whatever the one, the.
There's a legit Twitter account.
Yes.
Okay, let's start over again. Go ahead.
I guess the ones that do like the verifieds and stuff like that. They said something about I'm giving out bios or whatever, and then the official Spider-Man No Way Home Twitter was like, oh, you got something for me? And then they responded, oh yeah, this is the casting list, and they mentioned Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield.
Okay, I was gonna say on Google, Doctor Strange 2 has Tobey, Andrew, and Ryan Reynolds. So I'm calling bullshit already.
I was gonna say, is this like a Wikipedia thing?
Ryan Reynolds, yeah.
I'm calling bullshit right off the rip.
A big shout out to David Rios for being a new subscriber to the Nicotina Show. Thank you so much. I'm the one clapping. And guys, the description is in the link, or the link is in the description below if you want to become a patron of the Nicotina Show, like these badasses right here. definitely click on that link. Okay.
Yo, Loki's in there too.
Yeah, everyone's in there, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, the whole
Oh, you mean on my Patreon list?
No.
Oh, no.
Matt Damon's in there, you know.
Hugh Jackman.
Hugh Jackman. So I guess the theory that this fool is going to show up went right out the window. Along with my, I had a theory that this guy was going to show up, or this guy. That didn't happen at all, and we saw nobody. We always saw was a white Vision, and that was it.
Well, what I loved was Paul Bettany was trolling everyone with that cameo, and he's like, "Oh, I got to work with myself." That was great.
I can't blame him.
He was being so cheeky, bro.
I'd say the same.
I know. I loved it. I loved it when I realized that. I was
There
like,
we go.
"Oh, that was a good troll."
There it is.
Yeah.
There's another one there. What the fuck? That's what it was. That's what it was.
I've seen a lot of people on Twitter so far saying that kind of shit, and I'm just like, whatever, man. Like it was a good finale for what it was, but it was definitely a build up to Doctor Strange too.
It was, and so Matt, what I was saying earlier was that I think that look, it is a character development story for Wanda Maximoff, and now we know where she's at. But if you just focus on the character development of her character, I thought they did a good job. I think the problem that we had was that there was too high expectations that something crazy was going to happen. And I'm sorry, but the articles that were being put out there, that did not help.
Well, no, because everyone, again, as I keep saying, movie news is effectively dead. Everything is clickbait. Nothing fucking matters. Let's all kill each other. You know what I mean? It's just
Let's all kill each other.
And it's all our fault, guys.
Let's all kill each other.
But if you think I was gonna say let's all go, kill ourselves, but
Yeah,
I thought I killed it at the last minute, like a dead baby. But still, so
Someone else that will do that joke.
Okay, let's go.
well, we're not on my channel, and I can't get canceled here, so I think we're okay.
That's it.
No, but I do think that. Fuck! I lost my train of goddamn thought. It's been a long day.
You're talking about dead babies.
Right. So,
Terrible.
so the best way to get rid of a dead baby is a blender. Surprisingly,
Jesus God. Okay, so look,
I broke tie.
I know. You're off the rails, guys. Do we think that this is going to connect to Falcon and Winter Soldier at all?
No,
At all?
no. They're somewhere across the world dealing with Zemo.
Carlos Murphy, thank you so much for becoming a new subscriber to the channel. We do this every week, and we're going to be doing it for Falcon and Winter Soldier. Matt, come on, man. I saw you getting ready to clap, and you didn't clap.
Yeah, I was
Nobody else did.
I lagged in real life.
So we're going to do this every week for Falcon and Winter Soldier, for Loki, and for every series and show that comes out on Disney Plus and anything that's comic book related. So next week will be a little bit of a lull because there won't be a show to watch. So I'm probably going to do like a movie or something if I even do one. So I'll put a poll out and people can decide what we're going to watch.
Take a bye week.
You're gonna pull out? Is that what you said? You're gonna pull out?
I'm going to put a poll out.
He's gonna pull out something.
Vote, and I'm going to pull out. That's what it is.
I don't want another.
Unlike Ben Affleck's Batman.
Yeah, it's like Batfleck, pull out, man.
Come on, man. That's Lois.
Bruce, listen to me now. Pull out.
Lois is the
So we're gonna switch gears a
She's
little bit
got
here.
that.
I mean, because look, I mean that was some pretty big shit that dropped. Those storyboards today.
Bruce misheard it, and he heard.
Yeah.
He heard Lois needs my seed.
Lois needs my seed. God.
She's all like,
Hey, thanks a lot.
She's all parked in my bat cave.
This show sucks. Thanks for saying that. WandaVision. You're talking about the WandaVision show. They meant my show. I was like, thanks, dude.
Well, I think WandaVision takes place days after the blip.
3 weeks.
After the and then so Spider-Man Far From Home was like 8 months after the blip. They came back, so this is pretty close by. So Falcon Winter Soldier is probably going to be somewhere like in the middle, like in the mix of that. You know, like somewhere in the middle. I'm sure there will be references to Wanda because there's always going to be a reference or two. But and I'm sure Sword is going to probably end up playing some part in it.
Yeah, I almost feel like Ashley's right that it's going to take place at the same time as Falcon and the Winter Soldier, because I mean, I think that the fact that Monica Rambeau is heading up into space to meet with Nick Fury, I think there's going to be some type of connection to that at the end of the show, because that's going to lead into like we're saying, Captain Marvel Part 2, which when is that supposed to come out?
But any character that you could name that's going to be in Falcon and the Winter Soldier, none of them are cosmic. None of them are going to go into space.
It's going to be a very grounded show.
And that's what I love. I love it.
I
need some grounded in my life.
It'll be fine, but I don't know. I'm burnt out.
No, dude.
You can't be burnt out.
No, it's like a scroll could show up at the end.
To a certain point, we have nobody to get mad at but ourselves. I'm just saying.
Nameless Scroll number 2. Oh, what a cameo!
Yeah,
that was legit though. I was all fuck yeah.
You're all good. You're all good.
I was all good because for one, it's like I didn't like Captain Marvel. I thought it was just not a good movie. But I really,
but I want to make it up to me, real. Just subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Go ahead.
No, you got to give to his Patreon. That's how you make it up to him. You got to give that money.
Yeah,
I'll take a subscription as well.
God, either one. Undersell yourself, Jesus.
I'm just gonna start putting you in the list of my other debtors. It's pretty long, man.
Debtor.
Other people I owe money to.
Oh god.
Thank God, only people I owe money to is the government. I mean, what?
Woo! Good thing
Don't pay your taxes, folks.
Good thing it's fire.
I was gonna say, good thing we didn't make a bet to Dawson because we probably have to be paying him. We'd be
we'd be in debt to him. Here, he's be smiling in the corner like with his little blanket on. Like, yeah, told you guys.
All my prospects for WandaVision went out the window.
I'm convinced that Marvel's getting into the troll game. And they're
getting into
everybody.
The troll game. I mean,
they're schooling.
Yeah, but it works. It works.
Everybody. Yeah, they troll the shit out of everybody.
But you think about it though, it's like people got legitimately upset that it wasn't Reed Richards as the aeronautical engineer. They got legitimately upset that it was just like a costume designer on the show.
Everyone was a nobody.
Yeah, and that's but the thing with that, but thing that is though, as I love it, is like because we still had the central core story of those characters, and that's what we got, and that's what we were told we were getting. Because I just did a Podio commentary today on it, so I was writing it this week.
On the Podio.
Oh, the pod. Sorry, I do a podcast called Podio Commentary.
Oh, it's pretty cool name actually.
Yeah, so I talk about the history of film, the history of TV shows and stuff. So I just released the WandaVision episode tonight. And but no, this was always meant to be a limited series. This was always meant to be just a few episodes to focus on smaller characters. And the thing is like we didn't get any MCU content in 2020. So they dropped these 9 episodes and people fucking flocked. And the thing is, it was good, it was consistent, and it fucked with you every chance it got. And people kept coming back because they wanted to try to figure it out. They crafted the most popular show in the world for a good reason, because that's what the show is right now. It is. It's more popular than Mandalorian when it came out. It's more popular than a lot of other fucking things. So it's like they nailed it. And this is my favorite thing is that people getting like disappointed at it. Like, I just don't like the ending. It's like, because you didn't get what you wanted.
Right.
I actually quoted you the other day because I liked what you said.
Don't do that.
No, it's okay.
My ego's not that big.
It's okay.
My ego's not that big.
That's like playing with fire.
For the first time ever, I was like, you know what?
People will flip on you.
I was like, I like what he said about how the narration wasn't reliable, and it did exactly what the show was doing in the show in real life to us, right? It made you think things that weren't there, or think of things that weren't happening. And like that whole Reed Richards thing, like we said, that they never said that. We made that shit up, and then we got mad at them for not doing it. It was crazy. Like, and that's why, I quoted you on the other day. That it was a good.
And that's why we're not going to have 3 Spider-Mans in the next Spider-Man movie.
Yeah, that's not happening.
Well, I actually think that could be something, like if they are going multiverse with it, like if that's going to be a thing.
Time.
I wouldn't put it.
Like, I'm not going to get my hopes up. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to go into the theater for No Way Home and just go, man, I really hope I get to see Tobey Maguire.
I know one person that's really hoping for Tobey.
Oh yeah, me too. I think honestly, and this is going to be a really terrible joke, but I'm going to stand by it. I think we're gonna need to like probably like hand that dude some AFSP numbers like going into that movie. Like, stop, call this, you'll be fine.
Down.
And so I know Brian and Ty, you have to get going. So I want to thank you guys for joining us tonight.
I'm gonna stay. I'm already. If I was gonna do it, I would have already done it.
Oh, that's what I thought. Okay.
All right. That's why I was like.
So Brian, tell all the viewers where they can find you.
Yeah, my YouTube channel is Brian Master of None, as well as my Twitch and on Twitter as well. So yeah, find me there. I'm actually working on a thing about speculation. I think it's fun, but it could also be a bit of an addiction at the end of the day. So,
hell yeah.
I think it'd be kind of an interesting take on it, because I think it spawned a lot of what we would call a toxic fandom when speculation doesn't go the way we want it to.
Can I offer you a point of thought for that particular experiment? I think it would actually work out really well. Yeah. Look at like how people respond to pornography. Okay, and I say that because it's funny, but it's also true. Andre, don't shake your head. It's just true. Look at like the expectation of sex from people who overwatch pornography, and they're like, "Yo, that girl winked at me. She wants it in the butt." You know, like the people who think that kind of stuff, and that is something
wrong.
I'm not wrong. Yeah, man. People, you know, because it's like you think like, oh, these like our society is, you know, like we watch porn equals sex. You know, maybe if I give this girl a plunger and a pizza, I'll get a little something. Right. So I would look at it from that perspective. Maybe it's an interesting take on it. It's an interesting take.
Yeah. It definitely
like expectation over reality kind of thing.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
Okay,
I drank a Trenta fucking coffee earlier tonight, and it's still kicking in.
I drank a cup of coffee before the show because I was so hyped up. And now I'm like, fuck, why did I do that for?
Yeah. But that brings me back to my point earlier in this. He just really got out of there.
He's got to go.
That's all right, though. Brings me back to what I was saying earlier about talking about the Snyder Cut. Is like when, like, and I say this a lot lately, but the waiting for it is almost a really fun part, and it's something we're never going to get back. And
your pop filter is like needed right now. It's all.
Oh, I was cleaning it. Sorry.
No, I was like, why'd you take it off?
No, I was cleaning it. There's like because I like speak way too close to it. So
I do the same thing. So.
It gets like spit on it, and I was cleaning it. Sorry about that.
So you were saying,
when it's like waiting for a vacation, right? Or waiting for the Snyder Cut. We're never going to get these moments back. And we should really cherish them now while we can, because we're never going to have this feeling of not knowing what's in the Snyder Cut. The waiting is half the fun, right? So I think we should all really focus on the positive, and we only going to get to live this once. So let's do it with a smile.
Hey, you know what? That's what I've said for a while, is that, you know what? You only live life once.
Yeah.
It's so like, and that's why I've gone on my way, you know, to do those streaming events for Zack Snyder's Justice League, because it's like you only live once, and this is your one chance to do something that like you can always remember as saying, hey, I did that. It was pretty badass. So, you know,
or I did it and I fucked up, and that's okay because I learned.
Exactly.
You
exactly.
Know?
So now as we kind of round this out, you guys, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm still excited for Falcon Winter Soldier because, guys, if you didn't know, you're going to know now. We are doing a Falcon and the Winter Soldier watch party. I'm going to have it right here on this channel. You guys obviously are all invited again. It'll be the season premiere on March 19th. Same time, same location. So definitely smash the follow button on Twitch and subscribe to my channel, as we'll be covering this show episode by episode, week by week.
You know,
did you spell premiere wrong? Or does it just look weird to me?
It just looked weird with the font. So March 18th to March 19th, try to get some sleep, because we're going to have to do that all night, or at least on my end. It's going to be hard. Coming off the Snyder Cut day, then March 19th, got to stay up till 3 a.m.
It's going to be it's going to be an all-nighter, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I already told my girlfriend, like, it's going to be
2 in a row, at least, right? Because the 18th, what time so people are speculating at 2 well, around when WandaVision comes out, right?
I mean, that's what we think, but we don't know for sure yet. We don't know for sure.
I mean, they released.
Tom said that it was going to come out like at I think 2 in the morning.
Yeah, so
East Coast time.
If that's true, then
but that doesn't make any sense though, because that's at 11 p.m. Pacific. That makes zero sense. If anything, it's going to come out at midnight Pacific, which is 3 a.m.
What they should do is so with Wonder Woman 84, it was a 9 a.m. Christmas Day release.
Yeah.
So they might do something like that, but then again, that was Christmas Day, so people were already off work and they wanted to get past the presents.
Right.
And they want people to stay up all night long waiting for this fucking movie. They want you to do that. I mean, I would.
If I was HBO Max, I would do the noon. Exactly the Wonder Woman thing, because I mean you can have people like us up all night. Like it's going to be really hard to sleep that night.
But that's what they want. They want you to be up the day before all day long. They want you to be up all night long, and then into the next day, and it's just never ending. Otherwise, everyone's going to go shoot their load at 12 o'clock, watch the movie, fire off another one, and then go to bed. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, we don't want that. We want people to be like obsessed. It's like, fuck, people already watched it. I gotta watch it.
Yeah, but that
March
fear of
18th.
missing out is going to be all on the day. So it's like, I mean, I think what they should do is do what Amazon did tonight with Coming to America 2. They dropped it early. They did that with The Boys season 2 as well. They said it was supposed to be like a midnight release, but they dropped it at 9 p.m. Pacific, midnight Eastern, and I think they should drop it at
because that helps with the server not getting bogged down.
Yeah. What's crazy about Amazon too, and I'm glad you brought up The Boys. So on the East Coast, we would get the episode a day early for The Boys, and it was really strange. And I don't think they understood. Yeah, they I think they kind of messed up with the timing, and they just kind of stuck with it because we would get it on whatever day before. We would get it that night, and then Australia would be, or whatever country would get it at the time it said it was, and I mean that'd be cool.
I mean it was very lit because like I would watch it at like 9 p.m. or 10 p.m.
Yeah,
a decent time.
And also WandaVision, they dropped early tonight, so they knew that people were going to be on there. So like, hey, let's drop it now. And
it was just like 10 minutes. Or well,
I still got delayed in watching it. I was like, oh fuck.
Here we go. Look, Jake Hayden says Peter could have come over from the multiverse and went to Sword for help. People in Wind's protection got their name changed. No, I don't.
If Marvel keeps
that's a stretch.
That's a stretch.
He wouldn't have begged for his life.
Tobey Maguire in Spider-Man 3 was paid millions of dollars just to be a pizza boy. That's what they're gonna do.
And you know what?
Boy,
bring it on. Right.
That's it.
Bring it on, yeah.
But the thing is like this, like again, it's like we knew that Evan Peters was cast. They obviously faked us out with the fake Pietro thing.
Pietro.
That was a
I love
great little bit there. And then from there, they were like, they never said what he was going to be. Again, it was all what audience created when all the clickbait articles ran with. So that's the thing is they don't have to actually do a lot of marketing, because everyone just keeps talking about it. Same thing's going to happen with Falcon and Winter Soldier.
At least these will be hour-long episodes.
I mean, they acknowledged it in the episode with the audio description in episode 6, saying that this was the Pietro of the Fox X-Men films. I mean, like, Disney hired their own transcribers and stuff like that, or audio description voice actors to say that line. I mean, they knew what they were doing. So
I love them for it. And I love them.
They were going to great lengths to troll the fans, and they did. But I think where they made a mistake was that they made the expectations of each episode so high. But look at on the flip side, on for them at least, look at you have the server crashing because everyone's so amped up to see what's going to happen, and it's like, oh, guess what? It was just a normal episode,
Yeah, they were
literally Harkness,
woo! They were saying to themselves, like, all right, so let's see how much we can get away with, right? That feels like to me like someone behind the scenes, like, how much can we? Like, we could literally just tell them anything at this point, or give them anything, and they're gonna be up at 2:30 watching that shit right at the drop of a dime.
The Luke level cameo line really fucked everything up, and that's what did it. I mean, and what Jake Hayden is saying, look, he said it's unfair to expect a cameo when all the actors literally say that they will be there will be one. Not super happy, but overall, it's a great episode, and I thought it was a good episode. I enjoyed the episode. I had a lot of action in it. But it is what it is.
Could they have been referring to Evan Peters as that cameo?
Well, yeah, I think that was ultimately like what they were talking about, but at the same time, it was I think the Luke Skywalker style cameo was something that was inferred by the writer.
Yeah, it was.
And so again, it was this little nugget that wasn't even directly associated with it, but it got blown up into everything, and everyone just kept talking about it because they did a really good job.
Rex, brutal. That's brutal. WandaVision is the last Jedi of the MCU.
Oh, that is not true at all. I'll rewatch WandaVision.
None of my shit wants to work.
No, Thor's the Dark World's the last Jedi. No,
I would go as far. I'd say Captain Marvel, dude. Like, if you want to talk about just like, I
could tolerate Dark World over Marvel.
I can watch. I mean, you at least got Loki, and Loki was good in that movie. So, there's some good stuff there.
Honestly, I just kind of go back to this. I lost it. Never mind. I don't have it anymore. I left the screen. Here it is right
now
here.
We know how Andre's wife feels.
Woo! Woo! And what the fuck? Marvel Studios, what the fuck? And that's what they did. WandaVision expectations were X-Men, Mephisto, and Multiverse. Nothing happened. Prakash, you nailed it, man.
I mean, my thing is just that, like, it's like they had so much to live up for. They did like all of those, like D23 and the Investors Day. Like, people were hyped up for everything, and I feel like they could have squeezed in even a little something. You know what I mean? Nothing in the show transcended the show. There was nothing that is left open. I mean, at least that we care about. Oh, well, what?
Exactly.
Scroll pointing in the air. Oh yeah, in space.
Well, I mean, because they had announced Secret Invasion, so we know that's going to take place with the Skrulls. We know it's going to tie into whatever the fuck Nick Fury. I mean, that was a straight up Nick Fury reference.
It was.
And like, he's like, oh, he heard you're grounded. He wants to meet you. And it's like, all right, and like it's going up to space and shit. It's like, that's fucking cool. I think Teyonah Parris did a great job throughout the entire show. As Monica, and I really want to see what they do with this.
She did a great job. Yeah,
it's like the setup for what's coming is going to be great, but it still was a very contained show. And you guys got to admit, like, it was sad when the Hex was closing, like when they left and they went home, and they didn't tell the boys.
Yeah,
that and I think the boys kind of knew, but it's like they didn't say anything, and then they're saying goodbye, and she does that line like, "Thank you for choosing me to be your mother," which is like fucking heartbreaking to hear.
Yeah, that was rough.
Because I'm just saying, I know women that will like say that to their kids, that are like, "Thank you for choosing me to be your mom," because they think it's like some spiritual contract thing. And so it's like just her saying that to them, knowing what's gonna happen, then they shut the fucking door, and you're like it's hard to not get a little bit fucking teary-eyed if you're a parent, especially.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I get that.
I couldn't imagine telling my kids that. Knowing that they're gonna get tore apart in 2 seconds. But I mean, even watching them get ripped apart when she was opening the Hex, I mean, that was like, oh shit. And so it was definitely that was definitely tough.
I looked at it from what can this be? Why did she use that wording? Yeah, I'm not a father, so I can't see that anything from a parent.
Well, Jake, you could change that yourself if you just subscribe to the channel. If you haven't done so already. Well, not all of us have those subs. This guy right here has a lot of subs.
What? I mean, like, what? I got 121,000 still. I don't know. It's dropped off like 45,000, so I've lost track.
Hey, new subscriber Jake Caden, thank you so much.
I angered people a couple of years ago. It's consequences.
Consequences. Okay.
But I really do think that the people went into the show expecting something more, and they allowed themselves to get worked up over it. And the payoff at the end, if the payoff at the end would have been a Luke Skywalker style cameo, people would have lost their shit. And the thing is, though, with Luke Skywalker, it was always kind of on the back of our mind. We thought about it like, who's the Jedi that's rocking around at this point in time? Who might be showing up? What could, and then they gave it to us because they had kind of been laying those breadcrumbs a little bit. Here, there were no breadcrumbs. There were really nothing. It was no breadcrumbs. It was literally people just inventing their own reality, which is great given the concept of the show itself.
Exactly. I mean, overall, though, I liked the show. I thought it was good. I think our expectations got in the way of it. But I think overall, if you were to watch it again, it's actually a really good show. And I love the way that they developed the characters. there's a lot of things I do like about the show. And I thought it was good. Matt, what do you think? Were you a fan of the show? I mean, if you were to watch it, not having these high expectations of a Luke Skywalker like cameo, would you say it was a good show?
You talking to me?
Yeah. Matt, yeah.
I mean, yeah. Overall, I think it's a good show. It's just, I mean, it's a good show. I mean, like even if like we didn't speculate as much or overthink, I think it's still a solid show.
Does he look like a bitch?
What the fuck is that?
I don't know. I got that the other night. That was funny.
I was not.
I didn't even hear it.
Like I'll say
God.
this though. I'll say this though. Looking into like how they made the show, like how they made the sitcom stuff, they shot the first 3 episodes of the show over just like a couple days.
Wow.
Because they shot it in front of a live studio audience. They actually used like old school practical effects to make it look the way it was. You know, it just what they did to recreate that world, and and they had like a dialect coach teach them how to act in the different decades and stuff. I'm just saying it was like technologically speaking, and the production was amazing on it. Like that's for a film geek like me, that's like just everything.
Well, no, the acting in this show was phenomenal.
Yeah.
They did a great job. All of them did, especially Kathryn Hahn. I thought she killed it as Agatha Harkness. And of course, Lizzie Olsen did an amazing job. Paul Bettany did an amazing job, and the fact that they, like you were saying, they were able to capture that nostalgia of each generation on their sitcoms. They did such a good job. And really, it's hands off to them. I mean, when we watched like Wonder Woman 84, the movie had a lot of flaws. It had a lot of mistakes. It was kind of sloppy here and there, but the acting I thought was really good.
Yeah.
In this story, I actually thought this was a really well done story, but the acting also killed it in a good way. That everybody was on point, everybody was committed, and they did a great job.
Yeah, and you can actually thank Kevin Feige for that, because his role with this whole experiment of Disney Plus shows is his job is the continuity of the story as well as working with the actors. You know, so like he was really involved with the actors and getting them on board and like getting them all set up. So like again, it's just the team behind the camera was like fucking phenomenal.
Phenomenal.
And I see people's complaints about it, but it's like, here's what I recommend on that one. Give it a day, watch it again. It's one of those things where it's like the first time I saw, what movie was it? Godzilla, 2014 Godzilla. I was like, it was all right. You know, like I didn't really give much of a shit about it at the end. Went back a couple of days later with my girlfriend, saw it in the theater. And I was on the edge of my seat the whole time, knowing what's happening. I was just on the edge of my seat the entire time because like it just something about it was different. Something clicked, you know? So some of the times these things, if your expectation isn't being met, you should just give it a day and go back and check it out again.
Exactly.
But not The Last Jedi, because that is a piece of shit.
That is a piece of shit. And you know what? It is. I don't like Last Jedi. It sucks.
They ask you, are you say that you're fine? You're not fine. You just can't get into it because they would never understand.
Oh, yeah. So there's a comment there. Who the fuck says it? Okay, Jake here says, I can't believe that we thought this would end with her making mutants. Okay. And I thought about that too. And that was a really interesting point when she let the town go. She cracked open a wall in the hex, like, you know, a doorway in the hex so they could go out. And so they weren't going to be passing through it again in order to have their DNA further altered, like with Monica Rambeau. And that's what I'd like to see explained a little bit more, you know, as how that kind of came to be. But I noticed that little attention to detail, which I thought was pretty great.
Another attention to detail. How the hell did they get out so quick if the hex is expanded? You know, like,
yeah, I mean, they were hustling, man.
It's movie logic. Just run with it. Just, you know,
it's better if you don't think about it, you know?
Yeah. Like, and was that everybody in town? Like, it was only a few hundred people. So, like, was everybody in the town square at that point in time? Like,
Captain Rambo.
I mean, like, also like the people were like, oh, my kids are locked up in their room, you know, can't see them, so that each person has to go back to their house and move out their kids and stuff.
Well, here's my question. So is Agnes still married to Ralph? Like,
Exactly.
I think that
Like-
was
And where is she at right now? She's just wandering around, still stuck in the 1950s. Like, hey, how's it going? They're like,
no,
"What
she
the
was in
hell?"
modern time. She was in modern time. She was in.
Yeah,
They got her to that point, but
Yeah.
talks old.
I think they're like, yeah, because what if the hex is gone now, right? She said she's gonna keep her in the role that she chose. Well, the hex is gone, so is she just wandering around a?
no, well, she can control them individually as well. Because
right,
if you
but
go back to
they're
Age
just
of
hanging
Ultron,
around that town.
Yeah.
yeah, she'll be hanging around that town. But the thing is, like, no one else saw that whole scene with her with Agatha, so they're all just gonna think that it's Agnes.
Yeah.
You know, and so, but then my question becomes like, okay, is what's going to happen with Ralph Bonner? You know, Boner. And
What
you know,
what a troll of a name that was too.
I loved it. I loved it because it's such a
there
terrible.
is no
actor
episode
name.
10. There was no episode 10. It's over.
It's called the series finale for a reason,
It's
and
the
they
series finale.
There
not
was
even
that.
season finale.
There was someone who leaked that information that there was a secret episode 10 that was happening.
No,
When, right now?
No, it was like it was some official Twitter account like accidentally, like they worded it wrong. It's because they were like when episode 8 came out, they were like, oh, 2 more to go. So they were like, oh,
They
2
probably just didn't know
more.
what they were talking about.
No, they were trying to. They what they meant to say was like they included episode 8 in that, so you can watch this one, episode 8 and episode 9.
So
Okay.
Ralph Boner was the person in witness protection that went missing, bringing Jimmy Woo to Westview.
oh,
do we
know?
that
Oh,
would be
yeah.
something. Yeah, that would be something
They
interesting.
didn't confirm that. I don't think they did.
I'm trying to find this.
All
I'm
right,
trying to
that
find
brings
this
us
scene
back
again.
to that kid's fucking what that kid that commented that earlier. I guess that wasn't so far of a stretch. I didn't realize.
No, I
didn't
guess
think
not.
about that.
But then you okay. So you have the person in witness protection, and you got the fucking mailman saying, "Don't shoot me, I'm just a messenger," and then everyone's blowing up all these theories, and really, it's nobody.
Well,
Or
and
nobody.
also, what happened to the sword agent when he the beekeeper? What happened?
what
with
happened
the
to
beekeeper?
him?
You know,
Please,
like,
don't.
but it's one of those things where you have to ask yourself, does it matter, and do I care? Like, I think at the end of it, there are certain like threads that they needed to tie up, and they tied up those threads. They left a couple that were open, and after that, it's like, okay, but she did say that Agatha did say that Scarlet Witch was more powerful than even the Sorcerer Supreme. So she dropped the Sorcerer Supreme line, and I'm
Yep,
like, there's
she
your
did.
fucking Doctor Strange reference.
Yeah,
Because-
everyone's like, "Wait, he's gonna show up."
oh, dude, I was fucking hoping. I was fucking hoping.
I was crossing my fingers. Like I was like, oh, she can't use her magic. Oh,
Carlos like, "Someone's nullifying this." Oh wait, it's just Wanda. Never mind.
Yeah, if it would have been Strange rolling in with the Eye of Agamotto, that would have been great. You know.
So
Carlos,
to
this is Carlos right
Joseph-
here. He was like, "It's Doctor Strange," and when it wasn't, this was Carlos.
Not cool. Not cool.
to Joseph's point, she was astral projecting. So she was using her magic to enter the astral plane.
Yeah,
So she could be at 2 places at once doing, her physical body was drinking tea and her astral projection was reading the Darkhold. So that
Yeah.
it's basically a demonstration of power.
Yeah, it like because we did explicitly see that in Doctor Strange 1, where Doctor Strange was asleep and he was also learning, from magical books that he stole from the library. So like it kind of just shows like what kind of playing field they're on. So like just when Doctor Strange is discovering magic, he could only like astral project in his sleep or something, or like in his sleep, or he has his body is like comatose. He can't use his body.
Yeah.
But
he was in surgery one time.
Yeah,
He
but
was sleeping in the next.
Yeah, he's like mid falling and stuff like that. So it just kind of shows that power scale. Oh, Wanda, yeah, definitely more powerful.
Yeah, and Miranda, I agree. How did she memorize those ruins? I mean, she was just like, I mean, that's some good memory. That's
Those are the threads that he's talking about that we just have to.
Yeah, you just gotta take.
You gotta look away from those ones.
I mean, look, here's the thing: if like Vision was a manifestation of the Mind Stone, and other Vision didn't have the Mind Stone, but it was powered by something that was kind of
It was
from
an
the
Intel
Mind
processor.
Stone, yeah, then he was
Some
still able. They were able.
Pentium.
Well, yeah, well, think about it. Like this is the only thing is like Vision was a $3 billion vibranium being that could still, shoot a laser beam out of his fucking head, fly. and you know,
and get impaled by like a trident like every 15 minutes in Infinity War. Like, oh my god!
And then also, but then he also could do that phase through thing too.
Yeah.
You know, and so it's like, okay, so he is like matched. So we do have to take a little bit of, you know, we're not going to get full on logic here, but we've been watching these movies since 2008. Like at this point, is anyone even really asking these questions anymore?
Exactly. Now, I think that I think I called her Miranda earlier. Oh, no, it's a different person. Miss Clark or Mr. Clark, whatever. This is a good question. Imagine if they dropped all the episodes at once, we wouldn't be so disappointed. And I think that's true. If we watched it marathon status, it'd be totally different.
Yeah, but then it'd also be over.
But
it'd be way over.
And like they stretched this out for 3 months worth of subscriptions. So
was it 3 months long?
No, it's not even. It's not even 2 months, man. Because it premiered January 15th, and today's March 5th. So it's not even. It's a month and a half.
Well, you would have to have been subscribed for January, February,
okay,
and March.
Sure. That is unless you came in today, unless you came in today and you just.
This is true. That's
you just got it today. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That is a hard. Was it? That's
a hard fucking fact.
That's a hard fucking fact.
That's a fucking hard fact. I can't remember. Is it?
But at the same time, you know, like Disney Plus subscriptions are only increasing. So again, like
it went up to $7.99.
Yeah, it did. It went up $1. I know,
yeah.
Fucking assholes.
But then you got Netflix. That's almost at $20.
I know. I actually lowered my Netflix down just to standard. I wasn't doing 4K anymore. Like it's not worth it.
But the problem with the 4K is that it eats up so much data. So if you have a data cap for your internet, it just kills it.
Oh, well, that's yeah.
I had family staying over. Like my brother-in-law was staying with me for a little while, and they would stream until like 3 a.m. Him and my wife would stay up late watching TV, and all of a sudden my data cap was like through the roof because I'm doing this, I'm streaming, and then they're watching 4K. I'm like, dude, this is getting out of hand.
Yeah, go ahead. I have 5 TVs like on my own, so like I don't have a data cap, but. I was going through like my recent bill, and like when I saw the data usage, I was like, how did that jump from this month to this month? And I was like, oh, I bought 3 other TVs. That's probably how that happened.
That's probably what it is.
Yeah. I didn't realize that streaming in 4K on Netflix or Hulu that really does eat up a bunch.
It's about 15 gigabytes per hour is what it roughly translates to. So when at the start of the pandemic, the shutdown, you got Disney Plus. And my girlfriend would just like, you know, my kids would watch Pixar movies constantly.
Oh, I know.
Disney just puts those out there like in 4K UHD, HDR10. And I'm like, it looks fantastic. But I'm looking, you know, Comcast is emailing me like, we're going to come to your house and break your fucking kneecaps. Stop this shit.
You want some more data? Here it comes.
And so I had to go and like literally go into the settings on my TV and disable 4K.
Right.
Like I had to disable UHD in order to be able to like keep it. And then ever since doing that, I've had no problem.
Really?
You know, we stream constantly.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. You can
have
disable
an LG at 4K.
I have a Roku. I have a Roku.
Oh, on the streaming stick itself. Okay.
No, I have a Roku television. I have I have a Roku 4K television, TLC, that you can find a hidden menu. Just Google a hidden menu for your TV and try to disable it if possible. Or you might even be able to set a data cap, like a bandwidth cap on your router that would cut anything over 6,000 like bit rate. Like you don't need. You know, so it could be something like that. But yeah, you know, it's a fucking, I mean, but we're getting to the point where that's not going to matter much anymore. Comcast is now saying for an additional $11 a month, no more data caps. And I'm all like, yeah, I'm good.
That's what I just got.
All right, guys, thank you so much for being here. I'm going to wrap this up. It is getting late and we've talked the shit out of WandaVision. I liked the show. I thought it was good. I enjoyed it. But guys, what did you think? Would you watch it again?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm watching it again in the morning.
Like the series or just last night's
series?
Episode? I'll watch the series again. It's there's a pro and con to the length of each episode. Right. Pro being rewatchability is pretty easy. The con being like when it's new and you're like, what the fuck, chance. Man? Like why was that episode 22 minutes?
Hell no. Marvel toddlers talking. Hell no.
Oh my God. Just wait for the ending of Zack Snyder's Justice League when it's a disappointing end.
It's not.
And you're all going to go like, no, I'll watch it again. I'll watch it again. No, I don't know. I never let my own emotions get the better of me for the last couple of years building into this project.
Over and
the
over and
words
over.
you just said are very sinful.
That's blasphemy.
That's okay. I'm not going to the premiere. It's fine.
Heresy. You're just jealous. You're just jealous. All right.
A little bit. I'll admit
big
that.
Big shout out to Mad Viz for being here. That one, Carlos, Matt Jarbo, Ty from Pop Culture Corner, Brian, Master of None, who was here earlier, Dawson from Nerdy Many Ways, and Enosh from Point Extra Lounge. Subscribe to all their channels, you guys, and subscribe to this channel as well, because we'll be back for the 19th for Falcon and the Winter Soldier watch party. We're going to be doing it right here. It's going to be badass. I can't wait to see it. And everyone who was here tonight, thank you so much. We had almost 250 people in here, which was great. If you haven't done so yet, smash that like button and subscribe to the channel and hit that bell notification button, please. And guys, any parting words for the viewers at home? Jarbo, anything?
Oh, eat your vegetables.
Eat your vegetables.
I don't know, like whack off more.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
definitely
fun.
That second one.
That second one, that's where it's at, baby.
Boulder Talk Radio.
Boulder Talk Radio. That's where it is. And guys, don't forget, season premiere watch party of Falcon and Winter Soldier will happen right here on the Nicotina Show on March 19th.
Oh.
What?
I actually have something. So for anyone who's a fan of Supernatural, I'm going to have Lucifer, Mark Pellegrino on tomorrow. If that's your thing, come join us. It's going to be a good time.
All right. Definitely check that out, you guys. And I will be back on maybe tomorrow night for a Q&A. Other than that, I'll be back Monday for the Midnight Run. This was fun, you guys. Remember, we're only 2 weeks away from Zack Snyder's Justice League. Woo! I can't wait to see that. And guys, shit. That's all I got.
Wow, 8 weeks, baby.
8 weeks. I'll see you guys next time. Peace!